Hi everyone, I thought it might be fun to have a little go with this Enchantments gift tag set. Now I've had these for ages and I used to use them as Christmas tree decoration, so it's going to get blurred and I take the lid off so I'll do it out of shot. But I have never coloured any of them in, and they have these sort of pictures on the back and this sort of metallic on the front, and I thought it might be fun to have a little go at colouring one in. So I'm holding it too close to the camera so it's not, oops, the lid's falling all over the place. So here is one I thought I would have a go at, and I thought it might be fun just to have a try and see what we can do. I've got some pens here. Now these are Posca pens mainly. This is a gold one, which is from Wilko, which is a sort of general store, I suppose, in the UK. It's just a gel pen, but I thought it might be fun to have a go at colouring it in and just see what it looks like. Now I've never done this before with any of these because I always felt they were just too precious to colour, but I've had it for so long I think it's about time I just did something and went for it and to see what it's like. Now I haven't used these pens for a while. I have to give them a shake. These are the Posca ones. You give them a shake and you take some rough paper like this and you push the nib up and down until the paint starts to flow out. So that's what I'm going to be doing with them because I haven't used these for a while. So I'm starting with the silver and I'm going to do the chain bit here. I think I seem to remember that this is from Lost Ocean, isn't it? That the chain is attached to an anchor, but I'm not going to do the ones that are black. I think I'm just going to do the ones that are white, and then I shall see how it looks. Now of course I haven't planned this at all well, so we're going to have wet pen all over the place and I've got to try and negotiate my way around without, I don't think I'm going to do those bits without smudging the pen. I don't know how well it shows up in the light, particularly the silver, but we'll do some other colours in a bit and they might show better. So there's not really a skill to applying the pen except trying to make sure you get a full coverage, which I'm finding is quite far away. This is a little bit tricky for me to see. I'm just going to tip it to the light and have a quick look. I think it's okay. So that's my silver. Now we've got quite a lot of greenery, but I'm going to leave that for now. I think I'm going to do the starfish bit. I'm going to use my gold now. I haven't got a lot of gold left. Actually this pen is running low, but we'll turn it round so that I'm not going to rub my hand on the wet silver. Might be wise. I'm just going to fill in, I think, all this area. Now obviously we've already got some bronze metallic colouring on here, so we're going to work around that a little bit. I'm not going to necessarily do those dotty bits. I might do those in a different colour, and maybe the centre as well. Now this, as I say, this is just a cheap gel pen. I prefer the Posca, I have to say, because they seem to come out more thickly, so it's easier to get an even pattern. I feel like this is a bit splodgy somehow. I'll just move in a bit more so you can see. I don't think it's good. There we go. So I'm holding it with a finger on each side, or else it just goes all over the place. Now I feel like there's a bit of a texture to this, which I can see when I tip it to the light. You might be able to see it as well. Now it's coloured. And I don't think that's from the pen. I think that's actually from the paper, which might be interesting if I try to do it, colour it in pencil. I don't know whether that might make it tricky. I've not tried, so maybe I should try and do one in pencils. But the minute we're doing pen, I wanted this to really sparkle. Of course you could use glitter. That would really bring it up. I decided not to do glitter, just because glitter can be quite messy. Maybe it's me that's messy, I'm not sure. I find it gets everywhere. So I decided not to do it. I don't know whether it'd be easier to take off that tag while I was colouring, especially with wet pen, but we'll see. We'll just persevere. Now I've got no idea whether this is actually going to look any good when I've finished, and I'm out of shot. I'm really sorry. whether this is going to look any good or not, because I haven't done it before. So I'm just playing around and seeing. Let me see, I've missed a bit there, haven't I can only see it in the camera because the way the light's shining on it, I can't see it for real. It's very old colouring it looking through a screen. It's just the weirdest thing. It magnifies it for me, which is useful. And it also ensures that you can see what I'm doing, which is good. And if we turn that to the light, you can see it's fairly shiny. It's quite an old pen this, and it's not that impressive compared to a Posca, as I said before. But it's all, I've just gone over the line as well. It's all I've got at the minute, so it's going to have to do. I have I will get a new Posca at some point, I'm sure. I'm also a believer in using things up, so I wouldn't want to start a Posca without using this one up. Anyway, so I like to, I'm a sort of completist, I guess, I would say. I like to use things up and make sure I get my money's worth. So it means that I might not use something really nice until I've finished something else. I mean, it isn't the case with everything, like with my sets of pencils. I'm not going to use up all my polychromos before I start my castle art or whatever. You know, I use them simultaneously. But if I run out of a red, I might think that it would be wise to use a different red rather than buy a new red, sort of thing. But sometimes there's not, you can't substitute. Depends on the colour. So I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit here and there. Look. There we go. Okay, so I've got other colours. I'll show you my other colours that I've got. I've moved that out of the way. So I've got pink, red, green and blue. So we'll have a look back here and think. We've got a lot of green leaves and things to do. So I think I'm going to do those next. I am going to take the tag away. I'm just going to undo the little knot. There's a little tiny little knot in it. Take that away, because if that gets on top of the paint, it's going to smudge it. So I'm just going to shake up my green. I haven't used it for a while, and splodge it on a piece of paper off camera. There we go. And I'm going to do the green bits at the top here. So I'm going to do the outline of this leaf here. You can see how much more wet or this pen is. I hope you can see that right away. So again, I'm not going to go over the top of any of the black. I'm just going to go over the white areas and see how that looks, whether I'm happy with that. I don't know whether to do this half or just do the outlines. I think maybe if we just do the outlines, then all the leaves will be the same. So I'm sort of trying to turn it so that you can see it, and so that I don't splodge it, for want of a more technical term. Oh, technology this morning. Oh my. I couldn't look at my YouTube studio. I was trying to have a look at my comments and it wouldn't load them. So I realised that my disk drive was full on my computer. So once I realised that, that was fine. I could move some files around. That was okay. Then we're going to move around, and we're just going to not do that one. Oh, sorry, you can't see. I'm going to not do that one yet. I'm going to think about that one. I'm going to do this sleeve here. Ugh. Splodge, look. Oh, splodge. And it's splodged on the page. Hang on a minute. Ugh. I'll try and rub it off with a bit of paper. No. Right, that's splodged. Never mind, we'll move on. Anyway, sorry, I got very distracted then by splodging. Yeah, so I had to move some files, and then Facebook decided it wasn't going to let me type. It would let me like things but not type. I don't know why. And then my tablet wouldn't let me see Instagram, and so I was. It wasn't a good time. I wasn't liking the technology. So I'm hoping that my camera's recording. Or else that would be the final straw. I think I would just go back to bed. I am a bit tired, I have to say. I'm trying to work out what this is. I think I'm going to do it green all over, as if it's a bit of plant. I can't remember, having been a while since I coloured Lost Ocean. Now, do I do this bit green or leave it? I'm thinking I'll leave it. These leaves are gold, look, but we'll do this bit the same as we did on the other side. And these leaves are repeated too, from like the same as the other side. So I'm going to copy what I did, so you have to bear with me. I'll be having a little look over as I go. So yes, technology hated me this morning, but I think I got most things sorted out. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. It still wasn't. It used to be that it didn't show me my notifications. It's on my PC unless I refresh the whole page. And now it seems like it won't even let me type unless I refresh the whole page. So I don't know why it hates me. But there we go. And that one, so is that in short? Yeah. Okay, let me just check that I've done the same. Yeah, that is the same. Okay, now we've got these ones that caused my splodging problem. These ones, I'm going to do them in this pink colour, just because I think it's a bit seaweedy. So it might be not green. I don't know of pink seaweed, but you know, it's just a bit different. So we'll have a go. See how it comes out. Now this is paint, and it's acrylic, and I find when I use it in books it usually doesn't go through the page, which is quite nice. It tends to sit on top. I don't use it in huge quantities though. I'm quite careful with it because you never know whether it might just decide to splodge through the page, but it's generally good, so it's quite good. I particularly use the metallics at Christmas, which is fun, but and glitter and things like that, but I'm trying to use them a bit more in other things just because I've got them, and why should it only be for Christmas sort of thing. Now I'm going to use the red one. Gosh, that you can tell by, oh, I just hit my tripod with the pen, sorry. You can tell by the noise that I haven't used this much. So this is the red one, and I'm going to use it for the centre of the starfish. I've decided to use it for these splodges. I think an orange would be better, but you know, don't have one. So we just make do with what we've got. Those actually, yeah, they're okay, aren't they? Not too bad. I can't really see very well. It's because it's a bit far away, because of getting it under the camera. With my new camera I've got a new setup, and it's generally good, but sometimes I have to put stuff a bit far away. So oops, I got it on the bronze colour. Copper, would you say? Not sure. I actually had a request today for colouring copper, so I've got to learn how to do it. I found an instructional page in one of my Helen Elliston books, so I shall be studying that. Okay, there's the centre of the starfish, and I'm going to use some blue. Just shake it up again. It's always, now with Poscas, bit of a tip. Okay, I was pumping the tip. You pump the end to get the paint out. Don't do it on your page unless you want to risk having a huge mess. Now I have seen someone do that. They were creating clouds, I think, and they pumped it onto the page directly, onto their background, and then splodged it round. Now I think For doing clouds, that's probably going to work quite well. If you do too much, keeping it all in an area and you're just gently spreading it, that's okay. So it was obviously a white pen, but with this sort of thing you could just risk having huge splodges, and that isn't particularly attractive. So I'm going to zoom out so we can have a look together at the whole thing and think about whether we want to add any more colour. Now the chain looks white, but obviously it's silver. I'm just going to tip it up for you so you can see the shine. It's obviously the bronze that's printed on there already is much more shiny than the metallic pens, but there still is some shine. Now down on this bit there's no colour because there's so much bronze and there's only little bits of outline here and there. You could add a lot more. I had considered doing the whole background in the blue, but I bottled out and I thought it just might look horrible. So I'm just going to leave it like that. So I'm going to leave it. So that is my experiment. I'm just going to zoom out a tad more. So that's my Posca pen experiment. So I hope you liked joining me for my experiment and enjoyed it. It's quite fun to have a chance to use these. I'll just zoom out so you can see the box. The Enchantments gift tags. They are fun to colour. So I think you might like to have a go. But what I'm going to do is do another video, maybe not straight after this one, but at some point, and I will use pencil and we will see how it compares and how they lay down on the gift card. So that's me done for today for this video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and happy colouring.